We would like to acknowledge that we are privileged to meet on the unceded and ancestral territories of the Skokomish and Statliam Nation. We have an agenda recommendation.
That the agenda of this meeting be approved.
Thank you, Cynthia. Second?
Sure.
Thank you, Melissa. We have a minutes recommendation.
That the minutes of the committee of the whole meeting held on December 10th, 2025 be adopted.
And a second? Thank you, Lisa. All in favor? Great. I think I missed all in favor of the agenda. We're all in favor of the agenda?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, good. Sorry about that. Okay, number 3, trustee items. Do we have any trustee items? No? Good. Okay, seeing none. Information items. Trustee calendar and upcoming events. Danielle, take it away.
Okay. On January 28th, we have our board education session. We'll have a little discussion about that a little bit later on in this meeting. On January 29th, there's the BCPC AGM, and this is going to be occurring online. April and I are both attending that meeting. On February 2nd, we have agenda setting. So that will be attended by the chair and board chair. And February 11th is the board meeting. It's February 13th. All trustees are invited to attend implementation day. Yeah, that will be occurring at Don Ross as well as Whistler Secondary School. Is anybody planning on attending that day?
It's a Friday.
So that, or sorry, Cynthia?
I think I will. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to leave at 3, but. Oh, maybe not.
Everybody else was.
But you got here till 4:30.
That
It's got here till 4:30.
implementation day?
Yeah. Right on time.
That's the cleanup crew.
That's the cleanup crew.
Keeps
The cleanup crew. You're welcome to hang out with the cleanup crew. We're just-
Okay. Sorry, Danielle.
There's one at Don Ross and one at Whistler Secondary School. Anyone else able to attend?
Maybe.
I feel like
Maybe.
I'm a maybe too. I think I'm missing something on that day, but it's not on my calendar.
When do we need the numbers by? I know it's.
Yeah,
for food.
and I need to check too, because I might have Walter.
I'm not too concerned about that in terms of food, because we're talking hundreds of people.
Oh, okay, so we.
So one or
It's not
two,
individual.
a few more people.
Or less.
Isn't really gonna.
February 18th, we have our partner and rights holders meeting at Worcester Secondary School. I think I asked this last time, but has there been any changes to attendance? Can attend and not attend that day? I think everybody something weird to attend. On February 23rd, there's a DPAC meeting on Zoom. And March 2nd, there's a SSTA liaison meeting, so that will now be attended by Cynthia. March 2nd. March 2nd. March 2nd is SSTA liaison meeting. There's actually 2 meetings. There's like a practice. On that day, on March 4th, it's agenda setting. Originally there was March 5th and 6th was a bookmarked all board chairs meeting as well as a partner group liaison meeting, which used to be like the ministry as well as superintendent, secretary, treasurers. But we were just, Chris just stumbled upon it. They actually haven't sent anything to us, but it looks like that's canceled now. It was supposed to be March 5th and 6th. So I knew that the secretary treasurer were not gonna go because the ministry usually would help pay for that meeting, and they were not paying for it any longer. And so they're saying it's canceled due to budget restraints.
So on the PCSTA house where I found it.
So during the BC State AGM, they're going to move the sessions for chairs as part of a pre-conference. So usually there'd be sessions during the partner group meeting for chairs specifically. Now they're moving that
Into the
to the AGM.
Yeah.
So just be alert to.
Okay, 'cause-
Pre-conference dates, which we haven't
Okay.
received yet.
Okay.
During,
So I'm surprised you hadn't received anything as trustees, right, from
No.
BCSTA. I was literally just on the hub, to see what they put on there and. There it was.
yeah, I haven't heard it.
Yeah, I shared it with that thing this morning.
So, yeah, Chris just stumbled upon it, and let us know.
Specifically due to some fiscal.
So was this meeting, wasn't it, well, like it was an in-person, not a Zoom
Yeah.
meeting in the city?
It was
Okay.
always in Richmond.
Okay,
We'll let you know if something changes, but maybe they'll send something out in a weekly.
Yeah.
Okay, and then March 11th is our board meeting, and we'll also be having that Squamish Custodial Recognition Dinner that same day.
Okay.
Okay, any questions on any?
Well-
city calendar?
there's the BCPC thing coming up too, but it's not on.
Yeah, it's in there, it's on January.
Yeah, okay, good. All right. Do you want to just continue
I think I'll actually hand that over to Chris.
the January education system session?
A session, because Chris has sort of been spearheading.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
that one was related to George's principle. So I don't recall, did we send a link in this
Yeah.
package or is it coming?
Two-
Oh, great. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of homework. So what I would ask between now and the meeting and if you can, probably closer to the meeting, because I'm gonna ask folks to do some reflection based on the video, but we'll do that together. So I'm gonna provide again opportunity for some discussion and then just go over some of the changes that have happened this year in terms of the application of the Jordan's principle for public school districts. There's been some big changes. That said, it's still, I think, worthwhile to view the film and just, I mean, not to get cat out of the bag, but it's just an example of it work. As a country that we still need to do towards the reconciliation and specifically from taking care of youth. So it's it can be triggering, so which is why we felt that it'd be better to watch on our own rather than in a group, because that can be really comfortable. So just be prepared for that. It's a National Film Board film though, so it's very, very well done. And then I'm just going to also be checking in with this guy. So new
Right.
education at that meeting. And then Danielle, just to go over what we're going to present and just getting some input if there's anything that we're missing.
And did you say when you were gonna send out the video link?
I think it was in the package that was sent out, so it should be.
Sorry, I
She
missed
sent it, she sent it separately.
So, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, and then my other questions that I don't recall, and that's probably just me, did we set the time? Do we have a block of time where we're gonna discuss that? Was it?
You have a block of time,
Yeah.
the morning of this one get blocked off.
Yeah, I'm anticipating it's about a 90-minute to 2-hour
Okay.
session, because the bulk of it is you're watching up the film, and I want to respect your time doing that. And then we'll spend the time in reflection and conversation. So closer to 90 minutes and 2 hours.
We're not watching the film.
No.
We're not watching.
so you can take that piece out.
That's right.
Okay.
So it's a
we're-
90-minute discussion period we've called.
At the most.
Okay.
I'd like to give it the time
Okay.
that it takes. You get ample time to chat. So I know we've blocked the time, so I don't know if folks want it. I'm open, folks want to do that first thing in the morning, do they want to? What works in people's schedules that can. 10:30, start at 9, what do people prefer?
In my calendar, it already says 9
So that's
until
fine.
9 till 1, so I'm open to starting anytime between that.
Is it helpful for folks if we supply lunch? Does that make it easier for people to come, or does that make it more difficult? It's always happy, but ready to go with you.
Save the one, meeting.
9 might be kind of early for people coming from,
10,
No.
10:30?
10 to 11:30?
yeah.
I won't be able to make it. My kids all have dentist appointments that day for some major dental things.
Right,
I suggest 10 o'clock.
10, yeah.
We'll do like 10 to 11:30. Does that
Yep.
sound good?
That's good. Thank you.
Thank you for taking this one.
That was good. There's been some, again, changes, so it was good
Mhm.
learning for me as well.
Mhm.
And answer the questions.
Okay, are we all good? More questions? Good. Okay, moving on to committee appointments, you'll see that there's an attachment. I reached out to most people and to all people to send the requests back. This is where we landed. Unless there's any comments or questions, we don't have to accept it or anything, do we? No, nothing official. So unless anybody has any comments, there's where we are for this coming year. All good?
I have
Oh.
a question, if I
Can
may.
you share with the public, or is it?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just hoping for an outline to be provided for what I get to do now on Prody.
I can
Um,
talk to you about it later.
Okay,
Yeah, or you can always reach out to the, I mean, I've already spoken to you about you opening up their professional development day and you've agreed with
Yep.
that. And I've reported that back to the professional development chair that you will be the one. So maybe just connect with Kathleen.
Kathleen.
Yeah, maybe
Yep.
just connect with Kathleen.
sure.
You can
So
connect
just
with me as
for anybody
well.
Yeah,
watching,
and Paul.
Can you just share which trustees you're on which committees?
It's actually attached to the.
Yeah, it's in the agenda.
You want me to read it out? I can.
Sure. Just keep doing it.
Okay, so I'm first on the list. It's really small. Just hang on a second, see if I can make my own bigger. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm on the Finance and Policy Committee. And the agenda setting. And the media. I'm also the BCPC rep and the QP bargaining alternate. Cynthia, our vice chair, is Finance and Policy, agenda setting. She's on the ed leave, which involves the SSTA. She's also on SSTA liaison. She is, I thought you were the alternate for media, but you're on media.
Should be alternate if you were.
Right, but they're both got an X on it, so I sort of was assuming that both of us were attending, but anyways, either is attending or is the alternate. She is the BCPC alternate and the SSTA bargaining. Rebecca, Finance and Policy. She is the alternative for the SSTA liaison. She is the QP bargaining representative and the alternative for the SSTA bargaining. Melissa, Finance and Policy. She is the alternate for DPAC. She is now on Public Relations, Community Engagement, and is our BC Provincial Rep, BC Provincial Council Rep. Celeste, Finance, Policy. She is the DPAC Rep and Vancouver Coastal Health. Rachel, again, Finance and Policy, is on the Public Relations, Community Engagement and Communication. And Lisa Turpin, again, Finance and Policy. She is now the Pro-D rep and the alternative for BC Provincial, PCSDA Provincial Council.
Awesome.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Great.
Great. Thank you all for your patience on that one. Okay, moving on to discussion items. BCSTA AGM motions. Danielle.
Yeah, so the deadlines are in there for any motions that the board wants to put ahead if they're interested in doing that. So for extraordinary motions, the deadline's January 29th. substantive motions, the deadline's February 9th. So I think the board would have to do that pretty quickly here. They're interested in putting forward some motions, and just a reminder that extraordinary motions are anything changes or additions related to BCSTA's bylaws or foundational statements. And then substantive motions may be an action or motion item. So that's like what the majority of the motions that we see when we're at the AGM, what they are. So just wanted to put that out there. See if anybody want to put forward.
Any comments or any thoughts, anything we might like to put in, given that January 29th is coming up before our next board meeting?
I think over the past few meetings, we have talked a lot about different pieces of advocacy that we think are important. And I had a few notes on those. And I think a lot of what we talked about, there's been motions put forward over the past couple of years. And I know that if we do try to put another motion forward and it's redundant within the last couple of years, the legislative committee at
Mhm.
PCSTA will look at it again. And so at this point, I think we're sort of, all of our needs are sort of being addressed and there's process in place for how those motions for advocacy are going already. And you can see those on the hub where they're at. If they're still in discussion or if they're carried or
Mhm.
paused or whatever, they've got to track. So I don't feel myself that there's anything that we
No.
could add at this point.
Okay. Okay, the next item, AGM 2025 motion, regional representation, I think Cynthia.
Oh, yeah, okay, actually, on that, there might be something we want to add if people feel, that they would like to see something different, I guess, than what was presented in the, summary report. I don't know if everyone had a chance to take a look at it. There was a motion put forward at the last AGM about changing the structure of the board at BCSTA. And I guess the reason for it was that some people were feeling that there was a segment of the membership that felt underrepresented. And so they asked BCSTA to go ahead and study this, and the result came that they felt that this was not necessarily the case, and that regional representation seems to be good and that it does exist, and so they recommended no changes to the current structure. And there was a lot of talk about this at our branch meeting during AGM as well. I haven't heard anything from any of the other branch presidents about how they feel about the results of this document, so my suspicion is no news is good news, I guess, if you want to call it good news or bad news, I don't know, but they obviously are not feeling that they want to take any more steps. And that
I mean, they
they
did,
don't want to take any more steps, I guess, if they're not saying anything.
they did mention that they are concerned about those members of BCSTA who are feeling underrepresented. And they did have some kind of a strategy outlined, and I can't remember quite what it was, about how to deal with that. I think their biggest concern about moving away from, like moving towards every branch having a board elected members, what the movement was that was put forward. The movement put forward was that so the South Coast branch, we would elect somebody in our South Coast branch to sit on the BCSTA board, right? Is that not what regional that's what they were going for? That's what I understood. Because now they're talking about if they move towards that, they're going to have to redo all of the
If
branches.
they move to, okay, I see what you think, yeah, that was the thinking, but they're like,
Yeah, no, they don't, because they don't want to do that
Yeah.
because it's going to mean restructuring all of BCSTA because like the
Yeah.
South Coast branch only has 3 school districts
Yeah.
where other branches have. So for the South Coast branch to get one
Yeah.
representative on the board and then sounds good for us. You know, in fact, we probably would have a hard time finding somebody, given that the way it goes on our South Coast branch.
Uh-huh,
But I think that the downside was that they would have to revamp
yeah,
So they would move all the districts around so that it would be more, which I don't understand why it's not like that now, to be honest. I don't know why South Coast Branch only has 3, and I don't understand why they're the 3 that they are,
Mhm.
but it is just the way it
It's
is.
just historical.
Yeah,
These
so-
were in place before the Sea to Sky Highway
Mhm.
was made accessible, and so it was really about
Yeah,
great regional representation around accessibility and, yeah, I mean.
I mean, I do think something,
Personally, I mean, I think.
Yeah.
Eventually, they do have to,
do
like
something.
they do with voting, yeah,
Yeah.
boundaries or school catchments where you do have to look at that population, have some more distribution.
Agreed.
But
I think there
I
does need
understand
to
that's big work for the CST to do,
Yeah.
a lot of pushback for sure, because there are also some really great pros about having small but mighty branches that are small in number. Right, it's opportunity to get to know one another and
be, maybe.
And they did do like they broke it down by years and they go back to when did they go back to? 2019, I think. Oh, it must be further than that. Yeah, 1992, 93. And so they looked back that far to see what the representation looked like, and they felt that it looked like there were opportunities for some equity, I suppose.
Mhm.
So anyway, so they're proposing that there be no changes, and I guess the opportunity that we would have is if we disagree, we could make a motion
Yeah.
to take forward to AGM at this time to oppose
Their
the
recommendation.
recommendation, so. Me,
But you found out who brought the motion forward. I can't remember who you said it was.
I did look up who it was.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Northern Interior.
Yeah.
Northern Interior.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they might still feel strongly. Obviously, they brought it forward. I do think that there's needs to be some reorganization. It doesn't.
Yeah, and they address that in here,
Yeah.
like they, and like the second to last paragraph, third last paragraph, they do make some recommendations, so.
And I do feel sometimes when I'm in, especially when I'm in BCPC meetings, it's, sometimes the South Coast branch doesn't get the kind of recognition that other branches get because we're so small. So I can sort of understand where they're coming from, but having said that, I don't. No, we're in, we feel strongly enough to take a stance one way or the other, but. Anyway,
I think there's some good recommendations on how to move forward without doing a complete restructure
yeah,
at this point.
Mhm.
And so maybe you just keep your eyes open and watch and
Yeah.
monitor and see how it goes. And then if next year it doesn't seem that there's satisfaction or whatever, then we can make a decision at that
Right.
time.
because it could come up as a motion at the AGM where we would have to choose to vote either for it or against it, so.
Another district, bring
Mhm,
it up for another branch.
mhm. Celeste, did you have?
I think I was.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
thank you for bringing that up. Cynthia. Okay, moving on to discussion item B, 2026 CSBA conference. Danielle, please.
Okay, so we just found out that the CSBA conference, the registration opens up for that January 22nd. And so I just wanted to reach out to everybody here, or just have a conversation here about who's interested in attending and whether or not we should just register everybody to attend the CSBA conference if anybody's not able to attend, just because it's opening up right away. Registration,
Sorry, what were the dates for that again?
it's July 5th to 8th. There's a link in the agenda that, sorry, we just added that yesterday, but you take a peek at it. It has the dates and some of the activities in there.
What is the cost for us to go?
At 1,200.
It's 1,200 plus tax to attend, and then hotels are $319 a night plus taxes.
Who was there?
Not bad, it's Whistler.
It's good for Whistler.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a possibility, like, because I'd be interested in going to a few of the things, but not all of them. Like, are we allowed to
Sure.
share a day? No, it's
so.
you or like was thinking Melissa and I could share out. You know, you
Mhm.
take this day and I take that day.
Likely, you probably have to have one person registered and then you can probably informally try to work that out.
I bet you can. They're not gonna check.
And in the past, we've sent
You just take.
the two of you,
just
right?
share it.
Not in.
When it's
Long as
in
you-
another province. Yeah.
In the past, we sent the chair and the vice chair, but now this is actually.
In our town,
School
yeah.
district.
Yeah.
So,
You know, my feelings, if the trust is about to go, you should, because of, you know,
Mhm.
you want to get this opportunity.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It is local and you're representing.
Yeah, but also there's budget
No, no.
constraints, so.
Figure it out, but,
it's probably not very common that this happens though. So
No.
Yeah, that's what I was
you're in
thinking
our school
too.
district.
Having attended in the past, I can confirm with you that it is an excellent conference and. I think it's good value for the money. It's a lot of money for sure. I don't think it's any more or any less money than a similar conference hosted by any other organization. And I do have some accommodation available at my house if two people would like to stay and share a bedroom, they're more than welcome, so that's maybe a bit helpful, but if you don't want to share the bedroom, then you'll have to work it out between yourselves who gets the room. Of course, I don't need a hotel, but I would recommend that people consider attending it. It is a really excellent opportunity. It gives a really good perspective about what's happening across the country, and I think that observation and knowledge and opportunity to have conversations with other people from different provinces really adds to the perspective that we bring to the way we approach education
Mhm.
here in British Columbia, and even more specifically in our district.
Mhm.
There's such a wide range of opinions and thoughts that are brought forward from having conversations with other people. It really helps to inform what I do and how I view art. So
Mhm.
I personally think it's an excellent opportunity.
And I think that the keynotes, if you look, Jody Wilson-Raybolt's amazing. We all know Rick Hansen. Susan Glukark is worth going to just all by herself. It's that she's that good. So I think it looks like a really, really great conference and, just, knowing the way Gordon organizes things, he's gonna have had a big, huge hand in this, and everything he does that I can see is bang on. So, and also, like, I don't know about everybody else, but I have no trouble driving to and from Whistler every day, so
Mhm.
I don't think I think we can make a motion to not use hotels. Or do we need to go that far to make a motion, or do you just agree that if we're gonna go, we'll just drive, or we'll crash in Cynthia's double bedroom?
Mhm.
It could sleep three, but that's not for like the
Okay.
Chris, you're attending, aren't you?
yeah, but I've
Yeah.
offered if I attend, I'm happy to use my professional, contractual money.
Perfect.
Money, so if there's concerns about.
No, I was just like
But that's
wondering,
good,
like, yeah.
I'll be asked to
Yeah.
be
yes, so you'll be,
at this one of the days. And I won't take up one of the beds. It's maybe not.
You the longest drive.
What's that? Oh, no, I'll stay in Squamish.
Okay.
I'm not gonna, or I'll use my funds and I'll stay to turn into a hotel, right?
Well, I would like to confirm attendance.
Okay,
I would love to go if it's financially responsible for.
yeah, if it's fiscally responsible.
I think if we are saying like, to the hotels,
I think we're saying
then
we're hotels. Then we all can go.
everybody's in. So Melissa, yes, Lisa, yes.
And I think I'd like to try it, yeah.
Nowhere means to know. Okay. So I just need to check in, or sorry,
Rachel and Rebecca. Nerd or tent.
Or tents.
I have 2 campers,
There you go.
but it's like the same distance,
Chrissy,
almost to Whistler as Whistler to mine.
I don't see Chris as a challenge.
No, I'm with you, man.
Are you?
Yeah, yeah.
Totally, sure.
Okay.
Okay, any more comments on the conference? We all good? Okay, number C. Pemberton Bill 44, OCP amendment, external referral. Danielle, and I think the date for feedback was, am I right? It's January 23rd or the 29th? Okay, so I'll let Danielle
Yeah,
bring that one out.
for this one, I just asked Ian to give me some feedback to share with you. Just for more for information purposes, so you can all let me know if you have any feedback you'd like me to provide to the village of Pemberton. But based on the information they provided. Ian put it into Berger and looked through it. So what they're saying here is it looks like there will be an additional 1,076 residential units anticipated to meet the needs of this bill. And the impact on us, the school district, for the with additional units over the next 20 years. Using Berger of a growth factor of 0.13. The analysis shows that there'd be an expected increase of K-12 population of 140 students over 20 years. So what that means for our school specifically. So for Pemberton Secondary, so that school's quite tight right now. So we may require additional portables or have some secondary style renovation. So we'd have to just play that by ear depending on actually what ends up happening. But Signal Hill currently has capacity for about another 100 students.
Wow.
So I think we were able to absorb at that school. Yeah, so in his opinion, we have minimal issues absorbing any these increases in proposed student population.
There's currently 2 portables, 2 or 3 on Pemberton, 2 that aren't being used as like bonuses in terms of classes and stuff, so. Yeah. So, okay, we're feeling pretty good.
Lisa.
I actually took a read of all this one. I catch these ones and Celeste has got our policies, but the direction number 2 under 2.1, I'm quite concerned that I think it's a slippery slope. And I want to know where our school districts governance question around housing is going to be. So section 2.1 says allow.
Wait, is this in appendix C?
Yeah,
Exactly.
appendix C. Appendix C, page 27, it says allow affordable and workforce housing as a permitted use on all publicly owned lands, i.e. municipal, crown, school district, or healthy authority owned, it should be health, I believe, healthy authority owned land by amending the zoning bylaw. And I have a significant concern about that one, as well as 2.6.
Yeah.
Which is maintain a land inventory of developable land for affordable housing. Because to my knowledge, the school district has not been included in providing housing for the province through this bill. So I want to make sure that we're captured and not having to dispose of land for these bills and have it forced upon us in the future through OCPs and other municipalities. So I'd just like to flag that for our consideration and discussion.
Any discussion? Any thoughts?
I also noticed those 2 things and I did not know what kind of effect they might have for the school
Yeah.
districts.
Celeste.
2.1 says that it would just be allowed to be permitted on publicly owned lands. Like it's not I think it's like a bit of a jump to say that we're gonna lose. A lot would need to happen in between the allowing of those things to happen on the land and us being forced to do it. So
Yeah,
But what does that mean? Does that mean that they would be able to
Yes.
say, we're gonna put an apartment building in your backfield? Your kids don't need.
no, no.
They want to rezone, maybe.
They could rezone, yeah.
Mhm.
You've got, it's a gen, they have to list everything, they say crown line, it. Look at your plans, but they can't, they wanna make that permissible, but they need to have the province of BC. Would have to reclaim the land back from the district and say, this is on, it's a covenant, or this is in trust, and here's the legislation that lets us do that, The municipality can't compel or force a district to
Okay.
do anything. Districts, when they do their plan, they will, all of a sudden, will cover everything, because they want to just show their constituents that, hey, we want to make it open to anything, so that if the province did need to, want to, et cetera, and work that out with us, because there is, remember, we don't own land, so they can do that.
Yeah.
But there is there is some benefit to us when that happens, but there would be so many layers of legislation to get through, just because they put it in their plan. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but they want to show, just like the ministry would look at this and go, what do you mean crown lands? But they know that's what all municipalities do. They say, we don't want to put any barriers in place for affordable housing, because it opens it up and it looks good to voters and, but they don't have any rights over us.
okay,
And remember, folks, we actually don't own, remember we went through it?
Yeah.
Is that public?
That's,
Is
is
it
that
public meeting?
land,
Can I share?
land law labor?
That's all right, man.
Mhm,
Yeah, I
No.
think that's. important.
Anyway,
mhm.
but there'd be layers of bureaucracy. So again, we were, if the board would like us, again, to seek an opinion. That would make the board feel more comfortable about this, we can certainly do that,
No.
but I'm in pretty. Confident waters around stuff that the municipalities cannot annex or decide on their own through a council motion. That we're losing schools property, they have no power to do that. They can certainly put a motion or a request to the province or the ministry to review. That's fine, as we can as well. So we can also ask the ministry to consider providing more land to us in the village of Peckerton. Like, there's nothing keeping anybody from making those requests. I know what the answer would be, but
Go ahead, Lisa, because I have some concerns, but I'm gonna let you.
Well,
speak first.
I'm just thinking that part of the conversation may need to carry over into our in-camera agenda.
Yes, I agree.
To
I agree.
discuss some of that.
Yes.
But just to highlight here that, and there may be a decision out of in-camera that
Yeah,
satisfies the concern.
because I wouldn't worry about the province. I think you're thinking that the district would have to clear it with the province, but
Do you think we need to put this to in-camera?
I think so.
Yeah,
So we'll
Please.
put this to it.
let's move it.
Oh, okay.
Are you finished with it though? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Melissa.
Are you done?
yeah,
I don't know that this matters that it's through the school district or not. They were looking for, feedback. I think they're planning on building more housing with less parking, which I think is absolutely ridiculous, but I don't know that that is relevant.
To the
based
school
on our
district,
goal.
yeah.
Yeah,
and that would be a private citizen
Yeah.
response.
Yeah,
but are they looking for private citizen responses? This is.
I think it's public feedback, so it could be.
yeah. I just want to ask before
they're
we,
not there yet.
I think we should move this discussion as it's going.
Yeah.
Into the in-camera, but I would just ask, because I don't know the answer to this, is this common for us to receive the OCP?
yes, it should be.
Have we received it from the other two, like from the resort municipality of Whistler? Have we received it from the district of Squamish? Because
It depends on when they're, sorry. Depends on when their schedule is.
Have we in recent years?
I don't.
Because I know that
Being
the District
reviewed.
of Squamish, OCP has been up for review.
Did not.
So, okay, thank you.
And again, thank you for your advocacy.
Yeah.
Review to.
Yeah.
Right, and Chancellor to make
Yeah.
sure that we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't think we, in my knowledge, we haven't.
And we are supposed to.
Sorry, the
as-
District of Squamish actually did send us a letter, saying that they are going to be reaching out to us.
Mm, okay,
So it is-
up till this
it's
point,
happening.
no, it's coming.
They
Okay,
did let me know.
thank you. Okay, is that the end of that one, Danielle, then?
Yeah.
Okay. Archie, no action items? No? So number 7, questions of clarification from the public. Nothing you can see. Okay, so number 8, I move that this meeting be adjourned. Our next meeting is our in-camera board meeting at 3:15, which is in 4 minutes, but let's take a little bit of maybe. Let's start at 20 after, because we have used a little bit. We have got a little way in. It'll give us time to have a little bit of a break. So we'll resume the in